And we are back, Elohimians. In today's video, I'm going to be exposing my thoughts on Season 6. Season 6 on Apex Legends has been out for about 4 days, and I got to play the game and form my opinions on how the game is looking right now. So that is what we're going to talk about today. In my previous videos, I talked about my Season 6 wishlist. That was before Season 6 came out, what I would love to see as far as changes and additions are concerned. I will link that video in the comment section below so you can follow along some of the points, because we're going to be reviewing some of the points I made in that video. So I highly suggest you go watch that before continuing here. But anyways, let's just get started. So in my last video, one of my last videos, I talked about how I would like for Apex to add a system in which you are able to go to the firing range while you're queuing up for a new game. I don't know if Apex Legends, like Respawn Entertainment, is working on that at all, but I wish they would, because I feel like it would be a very healthy addition for the game. Another point I made in my previous video was the matchmaking issue. I was hoping for Respawn Entertainment to implement better the notion that, or the idea that if you're solo queuing, you should be paired and queuing up with other people that are solo queuing, and if you're in a pre-made squad, you should be matched with people that are in a pre-made squad. It's just like obvious, right? Something so given that I feel like I shouldn't even need to mention. But in my last video, I talked about how I wish they would make it better this season. But after playing over 100 games solo queuing, I noticed that the problem is even accentuated. Like, being a solo queuer, I noticed that this season I ran into more teams or pre-made squads, right, compared to last season. So in that sense, it got worse. But on top of that, I wish for Respawn to change the the skill-based matchmaking of the game in general. I don't know which prerequisite, which criteria they follow to make their matchmaking, but as of right now, I would say that it's pretty bad. The reason being that I don't understand how a level 500 plus with 25k plus kills can be matched with a level 40, so they really need to revise how they work this out. For this season, I was also hoping that Respawn would implement a system that would result in a better spread of the players throughout the map. I suggested a concept that would make people who want to drop far away faster. That would make them drop faster. The longer you travel in the air when you're dropping off the ship, the faster you go. That would allow people to drop very far away at a decent speed enough to where they can loot up and get into some action. Because as of right now, people who want to drop far away or in different locations, by the time they touch the ground, half the lobby is already dead because everyone dropped hot to get the kills. So the way Respawn addressed this issue of people dropping in the same location and dying very quickly at the very beginning of the map was that they added a lot of new POIs and a lot of new areas where people are incentivized to go there because there's a lot of loot, and there's interesting mechanics that people can take advantage of. And by doing that, now players are incentivized to drop in different locations. They don't all die of spawn by dropping in the same exact location, and this problem has been fixed. So I have to congratulate Apex for that, because they did a pretty good job in that sense. But let's move on to the next topic, which is the loot pool. The question is how to increase the quality of the items that spawn throughout the map. Some items are not as useful as others. For example, portable respawn beacons, ultimate accelerants, knockdown shields, and hop-ups. These items are not really essential, so the idea is to limit their spawns on the ground and in loot bins. One solution I gave was that hop-ups that do the same thing, for example a select fire and a double tap trigger, which both change the way you fire your gun, should be combined into only one item, one hop-up, that changes the way your Prowler and your Eva 8 fires, right? But the way Apex addressed this was to add these upgrade stations that pretty much take all these unuseful or not as useful items, not as necessary items, they put them all into one spot, into one machine that you can access throughout the whole map, and they pretty much remove it from the ground. So On the ground and in the bins, you'll find more often items that you actually need, and the ones that are not as essential will be spawning into those specific places that you have to go and get those items if you don't have them yet. But overall, guys, I would say that the guns are balanced. I was a little bit worried about the energy meta being unbearable, but it's actually not. They overall made the guns easier to use, which I'm not against, and I would even go ahead and say that it's good. I like the changes. As far as the legends are concerned, I didn't really encounter any legends that is annoying, broken. You know, their abilities are OP. So as far as the legends are concerned, I think they're balanced too. Respawn Entertainment is doing a good job for the game in general. I like the direction that this game is taking, and I feel like we should credit them when credit is due. So let me know what you think about these various topics in the comment section below. Leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you on the next one, Elohimians. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah.